Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today we're going to be talking about the Houston Astros potentially trading for Carlos Correa, as it's been reported that the Houston Astros are eyeing Carlos Correa by Bleacher Report and other sources. Say that Correa is a target for the Houston Astros, and they're looking to bring in Carlos Correa, not for him to play shortstop, where he has played most of his career, but to play third base. It would be very interesting to see the Astros change Carlos Correa's position. He played shortstop, most of his time here. I mean, he's always played shortstop. He's never played third base. He's either been shortstop or DH. He's played one game at DH this year. The rest of his games are at shortstop. He's never done anything besides shortstop and DH. So I think Carlos Correa would definitely love to be back in Houston. I wouldn't mind it either. I mean, we're talking about a three-time All-Star here, the guy that helped the Astros win a World Series. Correa would be a great addition. He's still 30 years old. He's under contract, until 2029 as well. So he'd be a great addition for the Astros. Now, the cost is the question. And I think here's the great thing for the Astros. The fact that, Carlos Correa has a no-trade clause. The Twins want to potentially move him and get away from his contract. Carlos Correa could potentially force a deal to Houston and say, this is the only team I'm going to waive my no-trade clause to. That definitely gives the Astros some leverage in a deal where they could potentially say, oh, well, y'all want to trade him badly, and we're the only team he's going to trade his no-trade clause, so we're not willing to give you this prospect or that prospect. And I would also be okay with this deal if the Twins are willing to take a majority of Correa's contract. And that would be totally fine with me. And getting into, okay, well, what about in the future when Isaac Paredes comes back from injury? That's where it gets confusing. Because, what happens next year with Correa if the Astros trade for him? What happens next year when Isaac Paredes is back? Does Isaac get, does one of the three falling players get traded? Does Christian Walker, Carlos Correa, or Isaac Paredes get traded? Does Isaac get traded? I don't know what would happen. I would definitely support a Correa return for the Astros. Maybe the Astros would think about playing him in left field. They do it with Altuve. Who knows? Here's another. I didn't think about this. You could play Isaac Paredes at second base next year potentially for the Astros, or Correa at second base. I don't support that, but I was just throwing that one out there. I think if the Astros did trade for Correa, next year would be interesting on what they would do with having everybody healthy in the infield. If everybody's healthy, you have Christian Walker at first base, Isaac, Pena, and then Correa. It'd be a full infield. And then Altuve, if he's going to play any second base, it would be a crowded infield. You got Dubon. It would be a very crowded infield for the Astros next year if Isaac can get back from the injury next year. And then they'd have Correa. But I think he'd be a guy that could help the Astros in the playoffs. He's a playoff performer. We know that. This is a guy who performs in the playoffs. The Astros played the Twins in the playoffs last year, or a couple years ago in 2023. He went 9 for 22 in the postseason, batting .409. He is a postseason performer, .282 batter in the postseason. 2021, the Astros went to the World Series. He had 9 RBIs, and he was batting .283. The Astros in 2020, his batting average was .362 in that postseason, where the Astros made it to the LCS. He is a playoff performer, and I think that's one of the reasons why the Astros would potentially want to bring him back. Let me know your thoughts on the Astros potentially trading for Carlos Correa in the comment section, and peace out.